tell me how you feel right now. You know, obviously after MSC, we know what happened. Malaysia are on top of the world. So I want to ask you, achievement-wise at MSC, where does that put MPL Malaysia as a region?
I mean, I don't know, Mirko. I feel like we talk about this behind the scenes.
Yep.
Like for me, I'm not usually the one on top. Usually I'm the bottom. So it feels a little bit weird for me personally, of course, you know. So I feel like this is a very good achievement, but this is also one of those things where doing it once, people can say that you're lucky, or you guys could say hokey, but I feel like we need to win a few more times, then we can really say that, okay, Malaysia is looking good. Like first time, lucky. You need to do it a couple more times before it becomes really solid, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, for Malaysia, they have achieved a lot. For MPLID, we are kind of down in the dumps. We're trying to climb back. But of course, Malaysia, they took a storm globally. And MSC, you know, SRG won everything. In your perspective as a respected and also a veteran, you know, caster and a figure in the MPL Malaysia scene, what is the contributive, you know, reasons as to why Malaysia are able to dominate the global scene and why SRG was able to win everything in MSC?
I like that Arashi reacted to realize being so nice to me. It's like, we're usually not nice to Laphel, but yeah. Honestly, I feel like MPL Malaysia has gone through what MPL ID is going through now, which I kind of feel like MPL ID, you guys are really trying to figure out what is the best in terms of the roster, because I've seen MPL ID, a lot of roster shuffles have been going on for like 2-3 seasons, and I kind of feel like Malaysia, we kind of figured that out, what works best for us. And for SRG, it's a combination of Coach Arcadia understanding what he really needs in the team, and he got very lucky in getting the players that he got, because in the previous meta where the gold laner was like position 1, the most important player, he was able to get Innocent, and Innocent is very good mechanically. Everyone else just make sure that he is activated. And he's also lucky that he was able to get Sakai's, which is good on the assassins as well as the utility junglers. So when we actually transition into this new meta where the jungle is now the position 1, he's able to play around that. So yeah, I feel like it's a combination of understanding what you want and then getting lucky with the players that you got.
Yeah, I feel like SRG was kind of all-rounded last in MSC a few months ago. But of course now, I want your 2 cents on MPL ID, our performance specifically, either domestically or internationally. What kind of leads to the downfall of Indonesian teams, both for Onyx and Evos Esports, maybe in MSC 2024, you know? Also kind of looking at parallel broader issues in MPL ID, what is the problem that Indonesian teams currently have?
I wouldn't say specifically it's really a problem. It's really looking at the bigger picture, right? Because I feel like MPL ID, we've heard a lot of criticisms where people are talking about the management as well as the owners are looking at things short-sightedly, trying to get the early wins when you really got to start looking at the bigger picture and start to build your brand to make sure that everyone is good. So I see now they're really investing in younger players, you know, players from MDL, instead of like getting those quick fixes, grabbing players from the Philippines or anywhere else around the world. It's like, okay, let's just trust our players and give them a little bit of time. So I wouldn't really say it's that big of a problem. It's more about a process. It just hasn't hit that maturity just yet.
Yeah. Well, you know, you saw the asset we had on screen earlier. Is Indonesia still a top league? That's been a big question all around the world in the communities. Everybody was, especially the haters of MPL Indo, has been saying, you know, MPL Indo with 2 teams getting grouped, even Onyx, Fnatic Onyx, Indo are just done. We're a washed region. Do you agree with that, or do you think Indo is still a powerhouse that teams in other regions will have to look at M6?
I think first we got to talk about the definition of a top region, right? Because we had this debate where SRG won MSC, and then people are like, is Malaysia the top region? Not really, because that's just a team that does well in that region. You're looking at a whole. And MPL ID, I still believe that it is a fact that a lot of players, they're very talented in terms of their mechanical play and in terms of their in-game knowledge. I kind of feel like right now we're not seeing Indonesia in the highest of heights, is because I kind of feel like right now what you guys are lacking as well is the coaching know-how. Because I feel like the new patch really threw them a stone a little bit, where they're unsure of what to do with the players that they got. So I kind of feel like in terms of raw talent, MPL Indonesia or Indonesia as a region is still one of the top regions. Louis, stop it. You guys are still one of the top regions. It's just that in terms of executing what the coaches want, that's really all you guys need to fix internationally. And sorry, that was my cat. My cat's name is Louis, in case you guys wanted to know that.
Can she diverge?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
She teleports.
She doesn't teleport, but she's quite annoying, and I ban her a lot.
Ah, that's why. That's the diversion we're talking about. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, speaking of annoying, SRG has been real annoying for a lot of teams to deal with in the international stage, right? So do you think that will continue at M6, or do you think it's going to be a bit different? Do you think some of the other teams from Malaysia, because obviously there are a lot of imports now, new imports coming in for Malaysian teams, do you think it's still going to be SRG?
I feel like SRG is still the favorite, but this is what I've been saying about teams that have crazy win streaks, is that when you win, you need to learn how to win. And I kind of feel like SRG is still learning how to win, where when you win, you go into two bad habits, which is very contrasting each other. Either you're so focused on the reason that you win that you start to tunnel vision, or you get worried that other people start to learn what you've been doing that makes you win a lot of games, where you start to overthink, and then you just waste your time by doing strategies that really doesn't benefit you at all. Where personally for me, I feel like SRG, based on the previous tournament, they went more on the secondary route, where they're really like nervous about people figuring them out. So they're trying a lot of new things where the timing isn't that right. So I kind of feel like other teams can challenge them a little bit, but I feel like in raw strength, SRG is still top of the charts when it comes to MPL Malaysia. And I think because of that, they can still perform very, very well in M6. But they need to use this 6 weeks of MPL Malaysia to really figure out where do they want to go. Do they want to focus on the things that make them strong, or do they want to diversify and try to figure out different strategies so that they are more flexible going up against different teams internationally?